As Australia signs a rare earth deal with the U.S., China expands its restrictions on rare earth minerals, prompting President Trump to up his tariff game. Joining us now is Curt Hopkins, CEO of MCQ Markets. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great. Thanks for having me, Veronica.
So first, can you explain what rare earth elements are and why they're so critical to modern industries like defense, energy, and technology?
Yeah, so rare earth minerals are inputs into manufacturing that are used, especially in some of the newer technologies that are out there. And so it's a very important part of our manufacturing process, especially in advanced manufacturing. And it can impact, things, for example, in the car industry as it relates to electric vehicles in particular, batteries, and other critical new technologies.
So currently, China dominates global rare earth production and processing. How did that dominance develop, and what vulnerabilities does it create for the United States?
Well, China has, in many industries, been taking advantage of their situation of having a highly controlled authoritarian government, which allows them to focus their considerable resources on dominating certain industries. And we saw that, for example, 10, 15 years ago in the telecoms technology industry, where now much of that is wiped out and dominated by Chinese players. And, clearly the Chinese have taken this industrial strategy to things like rare earths because they want to be able to control the supply chain into some of our major new technologies.
So President Trump has threatened new tariffs on Chinese rare earths. What's his strategy behind the move, and could tariffs realistically reduce U.S. dependence on China?
I think, obviously the situation with China goes back to allowing them into the World Trade Organization way back, 25 years ago or so. And so those decisions were made, and I think some of the downsides were not considered. And so I think by putting tariffs on, yes, it could have some impact, but the big challenge is that China does have some real competitive differentiators. They do have a cheaper manufacturing base than we do. I don't think we want to be bringing back, cheap T-shirt manufacturing to the U.S. simply because it doesn't make sense, or it doesn't make sense to be manufacturing cars, that cost less than $30,000 in the U.S. just simply because we cannot do that competitively. So I think the key thing is that we need to be looking at these key areas of defense and related to our strategic industries and making sure our supply chains are secured and having a bit of planning, but not too much planning, having some planning to ensure that these rare earth minerals and other things like that are not dominated by the Chinese, that we actually have control of them. So I think from a defense perspective, it's very important to do that. And I think that is a much better tool than tariffs. I think tariffs just end up probably causing more problems for our economy than it will for Chinese.
Curt Hopkins, CEO of MCQ Markets, thank you so much.
Great. Thank you for having me.